Like, what do you think about or just kicking in self-defense in general?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I wouldn't teach it to like a brand new student, right? Well, like I'll teach them kicks, like round kicks and push kicks and stuff.
My brother asked me, he's like, hey, you know, you do like head kicks, would you do a head kick in real life? Would you try and like, boom, finish the fight right there? And I've been doing Taekwondo for about a year. I was like, ooh, probably not. And I was like, my head kicks are pretty good, like flexibility is good, everything's good. But I just didn't feel like I was experienced enough to be like, yeah, let's go. Because here's the thing with head kicks, they're a lot more risky if you're on gravel, if it's icy, maybe the jeans that you wear are too tight or, you know, whatever. I don't know, like 8 years ago. If you were to ask me that now, I'd say yes and no. I'd be like, could I do head kicks? Sure.
Right.
Like maybe.
Like you have.
Yeah, like boom. Like,
yeah, you have that flexibility of. I mean, I've seen you in jeans, like.
Oh yeah.
Pop up head kicks like it's nothing.
I actually, so whenever I buy new jeans, always be in the dressing room. It always takes me forever, but always be tossing kicks and be like, I need to be able to doing some dancing. No, I always want to make sure that I can do kicks.
Your low kick is always going to be more powerful than your head kick. It doesn't take a very powerful head kick to do damage, right?
Yeah.
You see some combat sports all the time, like they might just barely get a head kick on the tips of their toes and that's enough, right? Boom, knockout. I can throw a head kick, right? Not as much bag movement there, but if I throw my little round kick, right? Like I can really throw my body into it. But the head kick doesn't like need to be powerful in order to work, right? If you might never throw a high kick in a self-defense scenario, right? And we might not even necessarily always suggest doing that most of the time. But like you were saying, if I can you know, continue to build myself as a martial artist, and if I can get better flexibility, which means I can throw higher and higher kicks, that just means my mid-range kicks, my lower kicks are gonna be even more powerful. Because if I can put decent power up here, then you better believe I can put a lot of power as we come down.
The more flexible you are, you got higher range of motion, so that mid-range is going to be way stronger.
Now, just because you can throw a head kick doesn't mean you should always throw it in a self-defense scenario. But it's one of our buddies that used to train here, like 6'2", 200 pounds, but like he like moves like a Taekwondo guy, right? And Taekwondo guys are very fast; they can kick from all angles. So like he can throw his freaking like 80-pound legs, however much, and he can throw head kicks and jumping back kicks. And it's like, yeah, dude, could he throw? If he wants to throw those in a scenario, like I wouldn't stop him from doing that. If you can mess people up with your kicks, if you can go in to an MMA gym or wherever your gym is at and you spar, because you should be sparring, if you can make your kicks effective versus other trained individuals, then yeah, man, you should be able to use your kicks on some Joe Schmo on the street, right? And the higher level you get as a martial artist, you'll also learn when it is appropriate to use that kick, right?
Yeah.
I think it's up to your discretion at the end of the day. And who am I to tell someone very proficient at kicks and who has good timing, good power, understands self-defense context? Like you throw them, man. Watch like some old kickboxing, like K1, Glory kickboxing videos, and guys were I can't remember the dude's name. I'll put it in the description. I'll get it afterwards. But there was one, I think it was a Dutch kickboxer, messing people up with low round kicks, like getting TKOs. He would just get their hands up, boom, and just dig in these round kicks, and guys were like on the ground, and they couldn't stand anymore, and like that was it. That was the fight. If you got, if we're fighting, dude, back up, and you've got good setup with your kicks, I say go for it.
Yeah. If you're not proficient, you need to be realistic about your own skill level. If you just started training in whatever last week, yeah, you probably shouldn't be throwing head kicks. You probably shouldn't be doing these things.
Right.
But if you are confident that you have a realistic understanding of your own skill set, sure, it's just another tool that you can use.
I always have to account for you guys. Somebody's gonna be like, well, dude, if they're like high on PCP or like they're under the influence, they're gonna, they're not gonna care if you, yes, you're right, like, thank you. If you throw if a parent throws a head kick on me, I might be messed up and maybe I won't care about his head kick. Yes.
Another thing, we were talking about this actually just before the video. Some schools are like, this is your self-defense technique. They throw this one punch or, whatever. You do this one strike and it's over.
That's
the other thing.
The just do this principle,
exactly.
right? You just come in there, boom, throw around kick.
Exactly.
There are levels to self-defense. There are levels to Krav Maga, right? I don't like, some other gyms are like, Krav Maga super simple, super simple. Any moron can do it. It's like, no, you got to think about stuff too. There are levels to Krav Maga. There are levels to self-defense. Go ahead. Sorry.
You can follow that up with other stuff.
Right.
So it wouldn't be one head kick and then we're gonna stand here. We're gonna be immediately trying to follow up, regardless of if he's starting to go down, regardless of if he's on whatever and still standing. Like, we're gonna follow up.
You should know
it's
other
just
combatives
an extra
to
tool.
set it up right. Like you better know more than just kicking. You need to understand other combatives too, though. You need to know setup. You need to know how to go high, low. You need to have good footwork so you can come in. So like I said, there are levels, right? If you're gonna throw high kicks, make sure you also have your other combatives down. Make sure you know how to move in and get their hands up and things like that, or kicking and immediately moving out and cutting angles. So there's levels to it. There are variables and factors that go into your ability to do this.
I think the other thing is, not all kicks are created equal. You know what I mean? You could do something, but it's like,
you might not always do
that might be intimidating, but I don't.
But you do. I think there are fancy kicks that you can pull off. Like, to me, a side kick, if you can set up a side kick, go for it. Even though side kicks don't work. I'm not saying start doing 360 round kicks on people. Like, that's probably not the best thing to do. But yeah, we're talking push kicks, round kicks. We won't go over a whole lot of drills. This is more of a philosophical video. But look up some Dutch kickboxing drills. I'll put some in the comments. Dutch kickboxing is great for working, defending and then working, and then he shoots back or whatever. Really, really good for working combatives and working kicks into your combatives, and not just kicks, but devastating kicks. Work your feints. I think feinting is super important. Get their hands up. So come in, get their hands up, just feint. You don't even have to hit, just here, right? Just get it over their eyes, and then come in with a hard round kick. Or another one, once he faked, the other guy dropped his hands, right? So he did a round kick the first time, then he faked, he dropped his hands, then he went like this. Boom, boom, and so you can also use kicks or not use the kick, just show the kick to open up other strikes as well. If you notice that every time, you don't even have to hit them, every time you just go like this, we're here and they bring their hands down, great, catch them. That's why I like, the groin kick, it gets hated on sometimes, but the groin kick is a really great setup. You might not hit them with the groin kick, but dude, natural reaction when you start going like this is people drop their hands. So kicking is not just great for hitting, but using it to set up perhaps more high percentage shots, like using your hands.
Even if you're really good at kicks, you need to recognize, what happens if they do catch my kick?
Right.
What happens if I do fall?
Right.
So you need to cross-train, your ground game should be good, because what if you do fall? Or what if you're throwing punches and you get tripped? You need to know what to do. Or, if they catch my kick, I need to know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna recover from that.
Once they catch your kick, you're in grappling range at that point. So you need to know how to get your leg out, or how to start wrapping them up. Basically what we're trying to say is it depends. It all depends. It depends on you, depends on what you know, depends on the person you're fighting, depends on the environment at the time, what environment your situation is happening in. it all depends, and that's why you train, right? You train because you will always fall back on your training. Well, guys, make sure that you, boom, spinning crescent kick, the subscribe button, low round kick, the like button, turn on notifications. Do you know the ending? Do you know the ending, parents?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot. I feel bad. It's
Train.
I know fight ferociously.
Train perfectly
Fight ferociously.
and be ready.
There it is.